Hello my friends and welcome back to Scrolls of Darkness Goes On video. After a long pause again due to holidays and summer season, very hot in here, and my brain was melting all over the place, I decided to be back and to present you just a little amount of the vinyls which I received in the last month, and with the promise that the next episode will be about tapes, because I already promised you that, but I didn't keep my word. So let's go with some of the vinyls which I received recently. The first one comes from Germany, from Berlin to be exact. It has been released by Teratology Sound and Vision like a month or two ago. The band is Maggot Heart. This is the cover, and it's not a German band. It's actually the main musician behind Maggot Heart is Linnea Jonsson. She's a Swedish guitar player, better known for her participation in the band The Oath, and then in Beast Milk and in Grave Pleasures. She has relocated to Berlin, where she managed to, after quitting Grave Pleasures 2 years ago, she managed to put this band on, Maggot Heart. This is the back of the vinyl. This is an EP. It has only four tracks. It has been released, like I already said, 2 months ago, I think, and hopefully a full length will be on its way as soon as possible. If you know what Linnea played in The Oath and Grave Pleasures and Beast Milk, well, what she plays with Maggot Heart doesn't sound that different. It's some sort of punk, maybe post-punk, maybe heavy metal, because the riffs are very catchy. The music is very catchy. She also sings. She lent her voice to these songs. Actually, I like her vocals a lot. They are not spectacular, but they fit perfectly in this kind of music which she plays. On this record she has been helped by several well-known musicians, like for example Uno from In Solitude, and from many other bands, Procession, Grave Pleasures, and now Death Alley, on drums of course. Gottfried Amann on bass. He plays on 3 tracks, track number 2, 3 and 4. And another musician, Sam Segara, which plays the bass guitar on track 1, City Girls. I really recommend this EP. It's fresh, it's very interesting, it's entertaining. If you can get hold of the lyrics, they are not printed on the booklet, but this is the inner sleeve of the vinyl. It's interesting, right? It looks amazing. The artwork was done by Jan Utecht from the band Occulta from Berlin. I was talking about the lyrics. You can understand the lyrics quite well when Linnea sings them. This is a very interesting release, and I told you I'm already looking forward for the first full length, because I'm pretty sure it will be as interesting as this EP. The next band comes also from Germany and from Berlin. Again, it's not extreme metal. I decided to start with 2 releases in a softer way, and then I wanted to finish in a most explosive way. This band is called Sect, and they have a vinyl. They have an album which was released a month ago by Iron Bonehead from Germany. Sect, again, some sort of post-punk, post-goth, something really interesting, something very nihilistic, something sad. It's not happy music at all. It's a very interesting album. It's called Personae Ingratae, as you can already see on the booklet. The picture is quite nice. I really like it a lot. Recently I developed an obsession for hanging, for ropes and for nooses. Maybe because I read In Cold Blood, Truman Capote's In Cold Blood, and I got a little obsessed by the hanging scene at the end of the book. Yes, this is the inlay of the vinyl. It has the lyrics printed on one side, and on the other we have the band members, and again a very nice rope. But I'm extremely happy about this album because I bought it directly from the band's Bandcamp, and I asked them to sign me the vinyl, and each of the members did sign it here, as you can see. So it's really special for me. It adds an extra, I don't know, an extra something to an already great album. As I told you about Maggot Hearth, I recommend Rope Sect as well. It's very addictive, even if it's sad music, as I told you, but it's definitely worth checking out, and hope you'll enjoy it as much as I did. Rope Sect, remember. Okay, now let's move on to something heavier and not that quicker, if I can say so, but heavier as fuck. I recently got from a friend a jewel, if I can say so. Are you acquainted with Barathrum, that Finnish weird black doom metal band, which released some very interesting albums like Eerie, Occulta, Hailstorm, and whatever? Okay, in that case, you know that these guys, these weird Finnish guys, play a mixture of black and doom metal. They have some sort of blast beats, but also they have some very slow passages, very oppressive passages, and also some fucking, I don't know exactly how to say this, some very weird bass guitar sounds. This is not an album per se, it's a demo actually. It was released in 1997, and 2 years ago in 2015 it was released by Saturnal Records from Finland for the very first time on a picture disc vinyl. I usually am not a big fan of picture discs. I don't like them that much because most of the picture discs always come without an inlay, without lyrics, without anything. They have just a plastic like this one and a cover on the disc, but that's all. So especially as I am a huge vinyl lover, I love to have a gatefold, to open it, to look at the lyrics, at the booklet, maybe it has a poster or something like that. That's not the case with the picture LPs, but from time to time I buy them because I cannot find another version. So this is how it looks like. It's not that bad actually. This is the original cover of the tape, I think. This is the other side of the vinyl. It has the tracks and some words about the lineup and the band. I'm quite a big fan of Barathrum. I find this band really interesting, really fucked up. There is a DVD about the Finnish black metal documentary. Unfortunately, I cannot remember the name right now. But it has Demonos Sova speaking about what the Finnish black metal scene was about, and it's really worth checking it out because he's funny as hell. Okay, moving on. This is another fresh release, to 2017 release. This time it comes from Agonia Records. And here we have a split, three-way split between three French extreme metal bands. The first one is the Order of Apollyon, the second one is Temple of Baal, of course know about Temple of Baal, and the third one is V, or 6 in Roman numbers. Sorry about that. I told you earlier my brain is melting from the heat. It's very hot in here. So yes, what's so special about this three-way EP. I can say that this is an EP. All the three songs are on one side of the vinyl. The other one is etched. I'm going to show it to you right away. This is the cover, which looks really nice. This is the back of the vinyl. You have the title songs and some small info about the album. What's the common denominator of those three bands? All of them are French. All of them play some sort of black death metal, more or less. The Order of Apollyon is much more death metal oriented, but they still have some black metal touches. Temple of Baal, as you already know, is quite a famous French black metal band. They have developed from a sort of primitive raw black metal on Servants of the Beast to a real monster of an album on their last album, which I forgot the name, but I'm going to put it in the description. Let me show you the vinyl itself, the disc. I don't know if you can see this, but this is the etched side of the vinyl. It's really nice, really nice. I like it a lot. And this is the other side, which contains, as I already told you, the three songs, which are not very long, but they fit on one side. Each band has recorded a new song for this EP, so these songs are not present or on any of the band's albums, which is amazing, because you can say that these songs are unique, and actually they are unique. I like a lot The Order of Apollyon, Trident of Flesh, this is the name of the song. Temple of Baal, Caput Secundum, second chapter, Non Sum Dignus, in Latin of course, because it's easier to put Latin names. And V, or 6, it has a very long title. I'm not going to read it to you because it's in French and maybe you will get bored. A small part of the title is Aucun d'entre vous ne sera sauvé. Neither of you is gonna be saved. This is the word-by-word translation. I really recommend this release, especially if you are not familiar with those bands. It will be a great surprise because they are showing the perfect stage at which the black metal French movement has reached now. So these are three of the bands which really are a good part of the French black metal scene, and they represent the French black metal movement. Keep this in mind, and maybe you will buy it. You can listen to all those tracks on YouTube. They are separate for each band, but they are available on YouTube. Go check them out. Okay, the next, last but not least, as I like to say, is one of the revelations for 2017. It's a band which hails from Norway. They have released their full-length album some months ago, not that long ago. The band is called Whoredom Rife, and they have released the album which is called Dommedagskvad. I don't know exactly what Dommedagskvad means. Dommedag is something doomsday, I don't know what. Before this album they have also released an EP, a mini LP actually. It contains four tracks. Unfortunately I didn't get hold of it. It was sold out. I'm still searching for it, and maybe one day I will buy it, hopefully not overpriced. What's so special about this full length? It has been, as the mini LP, this full length has been released by Terratur Possessions. You already know the record label. It's one of the most serious record labels available on the market right now. quite expensive, but it's understandable why, because look at this album. It has a very nice die cut in front of the cover, and so this is the front and this is the back of the cover. It's really good looking. This is how the cover looks in its entirety, the front and the back. This is one, I told you, one of the revelations for this current year. Of course they didn't reinvent the wheel or the hot water, but they brought to this scene what most of the bands these days really lack. Some old school spirit, even if I hate to say old school, but unfortunately I have to come back to this expression. The old school spirit of the 90s. Their music reminds me a lot of Emperor, the old Emperor from the 1993-1994 period, because they have these keyboards. You cannot hear them all over the place, but they are there in the background and they are doing their work, their job in a fucking awesome way. Of course they play black metal, true Norwegian black metal, if you can say another cliche. They are talking about the devil, they are talking about the occult stuff, but their music is absolutely special. I don't understand exactly what they are talking about. There are no lyrics in this vinyl. There is a poster of the band which looks really nice, but definitely Whoredom Rife is one of the most appreciated bands right now. They are the new kids on the black metal scene these days. I have just read today that they will play next year at Brutal Assault, so maybe if you have the intention of going there, you can check them out as well. I really recommend this album. It's a jewel from the past, played in 2017, so it's definitely worth spinning it, and it's already on my list of one of the best albums for 2017. This was Whoredom Rife. And the last vinyl for today is what you heard in the background. I don't know if you recognized the band. The music stopped. The band comes from Germany and it's called Son of the Sleepless. This is the album, which is called To the Elements, and this is the first full length in almost 20 years of existence of Son of the Sleepless. Finally, Ulf Theodor Schwardorf has decided to release a full length, and I was extremely happy when I heard that. This album was released on the 21st of July, so almost 3 weeks ago, on Lupus Lounge, that subdivision of Prophecy Records. And what can I tell you about this? Like Whoredom Rife, this is another jewel for 2017. I didn't expect this album to sound so fresh, so well. This music is romantic, is black metal, of course, with some melancholic touches and some slow melancholic parts. Sometimes it can remind you of Imperium, of course, because it's the main guy from Imperium behind Son of the Sleepless. Sometimes there are small hints to Division Bleak. I'm not that fond of that band, but they have some tracks which I really enjoy. But all in all, this To the Elements is a black metal album. It has, again, like Whoredom Rife, it has that feeling from the 90s, maybe reminding a bit of Ulver, maybe reminding a little bit of Dark Throne, but without copying them. It's a very personal album, I think. It has its own spine, so it stands out for itself. The songs are quite long, and they put you in a very special state of mind and in a very special mood. Especially if you are living in the city while listening to this album, you will definitely want to be wandering into a deep forest. I'm not a forest lover per se, you know, like those romantic black metalers from the 90s, but still I love forests a lot because of their mysticism, because of the isolation they surround you with, and because of the mystique. Let's say that. And this To the Elements is the perfect soundtrack for venturing into the forest. It was a big surprise, and I'm not disappointed. On the contrary, I'm extremely happy that I was able to buy this vinyl. I like the cover a lot. It reminds me maybe of a Dark Throne album, or at least of a Dark Throne feeling. It has an old school feeling. Check it out. You can also find on YouTube the second concert that the band played this year at Prophecy Fest. The location was impressive. It was inside the cave, and even if the audience wasn't reacting happily, because yeah, what can you do at the Son of the Sleepless concert? There was a very nice setting with 2 torches and lots of interesting lights in the background, and the band delivered a very solid performance. You can find it on YouTube and watch it. It has around 50 minutes or so. It's definitely worth checking it out. I know I tend to say this a lot. And the last item in my short movie today is another great album, this time a classic black metal album with devil and occult and demons and stuff like that. It's Ofermod's Soul Knox. This is the CD version. I will show you the tape which I received in the next episode. It has been released not a month ago, so quite recently, by Shadow Records from Sweden. And this is an album that good that after releasing it, the vocalist Johannes Kvarbringer decided to leave the band because he basically he did all that he had to do with Ofermod, so he couldn't offer anymore. This album has really consumed him, so he decided to end his career in Ofermod in a glorious way, because he delivers spectacular vocals on this album, and he also play guitars and some bass parts. Yeah, so I was showing you, I wanted to show you the booklet. This is how it looks like. It's really nice. The drawings are really nice. We have a lot of featurings on this album. Thomas Carlson, Edgar Kerval. So this is basically an album which requires attention and detail and a special mood to be in while listening to this music. This is definitely not an easy listening, but once you will start to give the first track a try, you will be overwhelmed by the sound and by the intensity of the music. This is another highlight for 2017. I totally recommend it. So keep an eye open for Ofermod, Soul Knox, and buy this album because it's really worth it. Well, my friends, this is the episode for today. I'm sorry I rambled a lot, but I had to present you these. So until next time, when I will be talking about the tape collection, I wish you a great day.